Welcome, Jimmy Galloway here, All Things Guitar. I appreciate everyone tuning in. I'm already having some people. Awesome. I'm having some people already leave some comments. And tonight's first installment is going to talk about an intro to fingerpicking. Fingerpicking is a big part of my style. So how do you get started fingerpicking? Well, everybody learns to play the guitar where they're using chords, and then they learn to strum the chords, and hopefully they strum them in time. So with that, you're probably hearing I'm accenting beats, because when people first start learning, it's really hard to change chords and keep time. It's like the rubbing your belly and tapping your head kind of thing. So everybody has a hard time changing chords and not dropping the beat. So a lot of times people will get stuck there as a plateau, and then we all hit plateaus. So for me, strumming like this, I'm counting to 4. We're in 4/4. So this is a C chord I'm doing, and I put my pinky here on the 4th string, and it makes it an F sus2. So that's an F major sus2 at that point. I love that sound. So we're going to keep it super simple. We're going to talk about rhythm, and then that rhythm is going to translate to finger picking. So here's how I got started finger picking. With the C chord, that shape. Thumb on the 5th string, 1st finger on the 3rd string. Then you're skipping that string in between, the 4th string. 5, 3, 4th string with your thumb, and then your middle finger hits the 2nd string. 5th string, 3rd string, 4th string, middle, 2nd string. Thumb 1st, thumb middle. Now, here comes the rhythm part. I'm playing a quarter note each. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, like a metronome. Here's where the rhythm comes in. We're going to accent the 1. Now we're going to do the 2, the middle finger. The 1st finger, rather. The G string. Now we're going to do the 4th string. This is the 3rd beat. Now we're going to do the fourth beat, the middle finger on this B string. If you do it a little faster, you can tell that you're shifting the pulse. You're moving the accent, the beat, the downbeat, your foot. When your foot is tapping in quarter notes. I'm not doing any accents now. Everything gets the same velocity. So I accented 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Now a fun exercise is to go count up. Accent the 1, then the 2, then the 3, then the 4, then go backwards. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. This tune started with that C chord, and this is the tune that made me have to learn fingerstyle. So it's that C shape. So your finger assignments on the right hand are the same. Thumb first, thumb middle, 5th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd string, 5, 3, 4, 2, thumb first, thumb middle. Okay, the second chord, capo's on 3. We're in the key of E flat major for this. This is landslide. And then this is a 3rd because you're walking down. So this is an E flat. And then you're walking down. This is just 2 fingers, the middle and the pinky. Still doing the same finger assignment. Thumb first, thumb middle. But this chord is actually a G shape, and then with the capo on the 3rd, this is a B flat. So this is a 1 chord. You're in E flat, so this is the E flat chord. So it has 1. That is the starting chord, 1. That comes from Nashville Numbers. That's another video for another day, but this is your key, this is your starting point, E flat. And then the 3rd in the bass, you're walking down, and that 3rd comes from the B flat. Now here's an A minor 7. A minor 7 is basically the chord you started with, but you have that finger lifted up for an open A string, but the A is capoed on the 3rd fret. This is a C minor 7, so this is a 6 chord. So 1 chord, 5 chord, 3rd in the bass, it's called first inversion. A minor shape, A minor 7 shape, and then it's capo. So C minor 7. So I'm going to play this sequence. lot of times when you transition on these things, you're going to, in this instance, we're going to the chorus. So now the only thing that changes with the pattern is your bass notes change. So you're still doing the 4-3-2 string, but now I'm on the B flat note here, 6th fret. Now the rolling pattern is going to be 6th string. Then I have a St. Bernard. She's greeting someone apparently. 6th string, 3rd string, 4th string, and then 2nd string. So your root note has to adjust to the new root note on the 6th string, but this arpeggio stays the same. And that's 2 fingers, just like the other one was 2 fingers, but this one. So basically you can just do the root note with open strings. And these are on the 5th fret, 6th string, 5th fret, 3rd string, 5th fret, and then 4th string, 5th fret with the other ones open. So that's where people kind of stumble with finger picking, like, well, I don't know which notes to finger pick. Well, you just want to get the meat of the chord, and the meat of the chord is the root and the 3rd and the 5th. That's a triad, and that's another music theory thing. This is going to be coming up in another video of mine. It's very crucial to know basic music theory, just triads. So for this, you want to get a grasp on knowing how to play a 1-4-5 progression in every key. And that's easy, actually. It sounds daunting, but it's not. So I'm basically doing going to chorus. Now my pattern switches to 6-3-4-2. And that is a great way to learn just the idea of finger assignments. It's super simple. So let's go back to where people start. They start at first position. So a C chord, just like we covered. Okay, now people struggle with the F here. All right, how do you do that? Well, something that makes it simple in folk music is to omit certain strings. You don't need all this information because you're getting an F, a C, an F, an A, a C, and an F. So you're getting several notes repeated. You don't need all that. It gets muddy. Now, if you're sitting by yourself playing solo guitar and you're singing and having a sound full, play the full chord. That's fine. But you don't have to. So if I was doing a chord progression, let's say I'm going to play a 1-4-5 chord progression in the key of C, and I get those numbers from the C major scale. Everybody's probably has familiarity with that do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, right? The solfege scale, solfeggio, right? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, 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 do. Okay, so that's the first note. That's your 1. There's going to be chords built off that note. We're not going to go there now. There's going to be notes. There's going to be chords built off this note. We're not going to go there right now. Now this is the fourth step of the scale. We are going to go there now because we need that. There's F. Okay, and I'm playing F, A, and C. The 4, 3, 2 strings. Okay, and then you can slide that up a whole step to do the G, which is the 5 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, but for a chord exercise, I want you to be able to play this. Now, here's the trick. We're going to go these 2 fingers down. We're going to make an F. And you're saying, well, you're doubling up on the string. Yes, I am. So now you can roll your thumb over. Now you got a bass note. Remember I told you when you go on the top string, your pattern will change. So this is how I changed that pattern. I'm going the 6th string, 3rd string, 4th string, middle finger, 2nd string. 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. And then just like landslide, we're not using a capo, we're going to hit the root, this G, because that's the fifth chord in C. And then it's just this one note and everything else is open. 6th string, 3rd string, 4th string, 2nd string, 6, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, 2. Okay, so here's why you can practice that, because when you get fast, you get fluid. And then so you can actually play leads with your finger assignments. So then that comes with chords. You know your chords here. And then we can get into the caged sequence. The caged sequence is basically spelling out the word caged, C-A-G-E-D. Caged is C, the A shape, the G shape, the E shape, and the D shape. So there's 5 chord shapes that can help you map out the entire guitar. And then there is a 5-note scale that helps you map out where those shapes land. And that's going to be something I'll do in the future. But I'm going to demonstrate just where you can hear that. There's another C chord. All right, so then we have this one, then we have this one, then we have this one. So I told you it would be good to learn the 1, 4, 5. It's the same thing, and that comes from caged. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, I thought this was intro to finger picking. Well, your finger picking can basically open up arpeggios for you. So if you're strumming, I'll turn this down to demonstrate strumming. I'm thinking like Ringo Starr, like the Beatles. So you're hearing that second beat like a snare drum. on the twos and fours. So this can be, you can think of like a kick drum. Now instead of strumming, so it opens up, instead of hearing all the information, a chord, you're hearing individual notes, and that's called an arpeggio. You might think of arpeggios as violin players. Paganini had these exercises called the caprices. So that is... Basically, you're hearing a triad, but you're hearing, instead of all the notes at once, you're hearing them one at a time, an arpeggio. Full chord. So I'm much faster because this is my bag. This is what I do. I'm a finger style guy. I'm much faster with fingers than I am with a flat pick. I abandoned the flat pick many years ago, 30 years ago to be exact. And it just allows me to be expressive. Now, let's talk about finger picking. So this is a Herco extra heavy, and it looks small, and that's on purpose because I file them down. A lot of people, when they get started, they're like, man, I tried thumb picks, they don't work, they're in the way, they're clunky. I agree, they are. That's why you can file them down. So what I do, I used to play with the Dunlop Jazz 3, the really small teardrop looking ones. And I got the bright idea when I wanted to transition, because I saw the benefits of using a finger pick with your fingers, but it was clunky. So I saw the benefit of that. So I put a Jazz 3 inside here, and well, actually what I did was I turned it upside down, and I put the Jazz 3 on the back. I lined it up, and I traced it with a Sharpie. And then I cut and filed the pick. But it makes, now I'll demonstrate something else. I can play like the Mark Knopfler style of using just your fingers. And that's a totally different thing. You don't get the speed leading with your thumb the way you would using a thumb pick. And I'll demonstrate that now. Like Matteo Mancuso is amazing. He's got like more of a bass player technique, and his hand is here. And it's flamenco meets bass player. So that is not what I do. So my grip is like this. My thumb is way out like I'm hitchhiking. And then my fingers curl up. Now, if you want to see where I got this from, a good place to start is Jerry Reed. And Brent Mason is a really great legend, country player. Now, he plays with a thumb pick and fingers. Now, let me demonstrate, though, like I was going to. Listen to my thumb. Now you'll hear the snap when I switch to this finger. I have a fingernail on all 4 of these, but I'm not using my nail on my thumb. I'm using the side of my thumb. Totally different sound. Even when you strum, it's a different sound. Hear how low my thumb volume is? So that there are tracks that need that. There are pieces of music that need that, and I do that if it's required. You can also learn to play a little softer with your thumb, but it's really hard to dial back the thumb attack so much because you have a hard piece of plastic attached to it. So now let me do that same thing. I can dial it back. You also get a really nice treble snap using your fingernails and pushing down. So check this out, it's a cool way to blend them. You remember how I was strumming? Boom, pop, boom, pop. Kick drum, snare drum. I'm doing that with my thumb and the first finger's curled, and I'm doing that really light. Now I'm getting the roll in. So, some really great exercises I'm going to show you. I really like this one. I come up with this one, and it's helped me get some rapid fire between my finger assignments. Now, this is more for a single note. So, since I've been playing in C a lot, I'm going to play in C right now, and in C and G. I'm going to go back and forth. Those are 2 groovy sounds together. So 5th fret, 3rd string, that's a C note. So I'm doing thumb, first, thumb, middle, but I'm only doing it on 1 string. So then you can do legato. You can hit 1 note at a time, and you can do your other finger assignments to grab ahead when you're jumping strings. Getting ahead of ourselves there. So I'm playing the C pentatonic major scale. It's kind of like you can really choke on that and get like the walk of life. Or a Lay Down Sally kind of vibe, right? Yeah, it's so many things you can do with your fingers. It's a journey, not a destination. So, but all these concepts really help me get down the road. Okay, so and then you can accent. It's like a triplet. Well, that's a different roll, but you can get You can do that too. Okay, here's a really cool one in G to get your chops up. So there's the old blues lick. Everybody's heard that a million times, just like this one. Right? All right, so 7th and 6th frets on the 3rd and 2nd string. Then slide it back a half step. Then slide it back. Then one more time, slide it back. Now here's how you can change it. Middle finger and thumb. Middle finger on the 2nd string, thumb on the 3rd string. Let's do it again. Middle. Okay. Now, lift both fingers off and both of them are open. Same thing. Middle finger and thumb. Okay, now let's use our movement. Then remember we slid. Now we're going to start there again. And then open again. And then slide back. And then open. And then last one. Open. So those are your home base starting points. And then now I'm going to put the roll in. That's the end of the phrase. And you can only get so fast doing that with 2 fingers, middle and thumb, middle and thumb, middle and thumb. So then you can learn to incorporate over time. Get that under your fingers first, but then you can learn to incorporate rolling your thumb first and middle in there. Then I can, incorporate. Right? So you can start getting rolls. Start, slow, slow, slow. There's an echo. Practice with a metronome or tap your foot. right? All right, so back to where we started. After you do those couple of exercises, you're teaching your right hand new muscle memory tricks. And they're going to be sluggish, they're going to be a little sloppy. I like accenting that fourth string. Okay. So that is something that really helped me learn to be more dynamic. And that's instead of having a hard piece of plastic gripped with two fingers and putting all the force of your wrist, whacka, 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 you can change up so many things and get so many colors, so much more dynamically that you wanted to. That's me using a pick. Right? No pick. Some people can hide the pick, a flat pick. Some people can hide a flat pick in here and do that stuff and then grab the flat pick again. I don't care to play with a flat pick anymore. I don't want to do fast things anymore. Like I used to play Yngwie Malmsteen things in another lifetime ago. And that was cool for 14-year-old me and 50-year-old me. I'm gonna let Yngwie do the Yngwie things. I'm gonna do my things because those ring true to me and what I'm hearing and what I want to do. So for everyone that tuned in tonight, I really appreciate you jumping in on the maiden voyage of all things guitar on volume.com, and I'm super excited to do this. It helps me stay fresh. When people are going to, throw things in the chat, I can kind of see if my explanations work or not, or maybe there's something I forgot. So this is going to be great for me. It's basically like I'm sitting across from somebody teaching them, because I teach here at the house. I teach on Wednesdays. So this is an extension of my Wednesday teaching. So I've already had my in-person students today. So now I'm casting the net. So if you have ideas for other things you want me to cover, shoot me a line, throw it in the chat, tell your friends that I'm doing this, and I can answer it live. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in, and there's going to be more things to come. I'm going to be going through all kinds of things. I'll be going through like guitars and pickups and strings and pedals and amps and settings and recordings and all kinds of things. I'll be playing acoustic as well and trying all those things. So I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.